It's just a collection of pictures, which I hope people will enjoy. I mean, I got hired by a newspaper when I was 20 years old. And I said to this man, you know, the picture editor, I don't know really what I'm doing, Len. He said, don't worry, I'll look after you. He said, we've got you here for a very specific purpose. We think pop music is going to be big in the 60s. And we want you to photograph these groups, because they were all individual singers then. There weren't any groups. And he said, I want you to go down to Abbey Road tomorrow. There's a group down there called the Beatles, and they're recording Please Please Me. So I went down there and took this very amateurish picture, which is up on the wall over there. And that was the first picture of a pop group ever in the newspaper. But it was, I mean, that was the great part of it. None of us knew what we were doing. The musicians didn't, you know, the people I was photographing. And we all thought it was going to come to an end. We used to go to this club in the West End called the Ad Lib Club. And I used to sit in there every night with the Beatles and Stones, and we'd talk about what job are we going to get when all this is over. Yeah. Because we were convinced it was going to be over. How could young people get paid for doing what they liked? That's Bowie. I had to shoot some pictures of him for Diamond Dogs. I did all those pictures, and afterwards I thought I'd just do some shots with the dog. And what the dog's doing is jumping up at the flashlight. People never work it out, but that's what happened there.
It's a huge dog.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's really scary.
Yeah. I know, he didn't turn a hair, Bowie. Didn't turn a hair. And a really great guy to work with.
There are lots of Norwegian people who are going to come and see this collection, and they'll probably be like, okay, which photograph is like Terry's favourite?
Well, the Sinatra on the boardwalk up there. Luck played a part in my life, because I was on the last frame of a roll of 35mm, and I'm waiting for the scene to finish, and the wind blew, and I just took the picture, and I had to wait 3 weeks to see whether it was there, and it was. I was covering her for American magazine. I said, if you win the Oscar, I've got this idea. Because I always hated all those pictures of people holding up the Oscar and everything. I said, and I knew the next day I'd seen what happened to them, because they're sort of floored the next day. They're carried away on the night. Yeah. And then the next day they realise their money's going to go from $1 million to $5 million, and they're going to get every script sent going. So I laid out all the papers, you know, posthumous Oscar for Finch and all that. And laid this, she got up at 6 o'clock. And 15 minutes later, I'd done it. That's when I fixed up for Bowie to meet Liz Taylor, and he was 4 hours late. Because she wants to meet him, because she was thinking of putting him in a movie.
She liked him.
But he didn't get the part in the movie. No one's late for Liz Taylor. I know, no one's late. But she's so professional. That's Raquel Welch on the cross.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a big seller as well.
Do you have any of your own photos hanging up?
No.
No? None?
Well, I see them all the time. I mean, I have to go in the office every day and sign them. I like them all big. I mean, I think pictures should only be done big, but Al Pacino was doing his Scarface. Yeah. Daniel Craig.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Winston Churchill.
The Queen.
Queen, yeah.
You've taken a lot of pictures of the royals as well, and they're very relaxed.
Yeah. Well, I was really nervous. It's the only job I've really been nervous of, doing the Queen, yeah. And what happens is they write to you from the palace, and they say, we want you to be at Sandringham at 3 o'clock on June the 13th. There's always 3 months warning. And for 3 months, I thought of every single thing that could go wrong. So when I get there, I'm a nervous wreck, because I don't know why the Queen, but I was suddenly driven into a state of nerves. And I go in and I'm set up and I'm waiting there and everything. She walks in and she's so fabulous. She's so used to being photographed. She puts you at ease straight away. And so it was a doddle. Nelson Mandela, he was a great man. Winston Churchill, he was just coming out of hospital and I was passing by, and that was the last time we've seen him in public. He was a great man.